Hey, thanks for watching the Fanboy Cantina. In this video, we're going to be opening up the Star Wars Mandalorian Vintage Collection Djarin Walmart exclusive action figure. But before we get started, please take a moment to subscribe to the Fanboy Cantina. We cover all kinds of things about Marvel, about Lego, about Star Wars, about G.I. Joe. Join the Fanboy Cantina. We'd love to have you. So ordinarily, I only order or buy one of an action figure. I don't usually get two of anything. It's just not my particular thing. But in this case, I did want to have one to set aside and one to open up. So I ordered it on Walmart.com, and actually my order got canceled. I think that happened with everybody or many people if you pre-ordered months ago. But then they were up again, and it included, at least online, it was supposed to include a pin. And so I placed one order, and then I thought about it again, and I placed a second order. One of them included the pin, and you can see it right here. This is the pin, and the other did not. One of the orders came out looking pretty good, and the other has a smashed bubble, which is fine because this is the one I'm going to open. I did manage to get a gift card from Walmart for not including the pin. I think it was a widespread problem where they just didn't pack them as they were supposed to. And even with the one that I got, it's got this unusual sticker on it, and it says demo printing using WASP bar code, whatever. So I don't know what the deal is with this, but a little strange. Anyways, with all that said, let's open up this thing. The Djarin Mandalorian action figure comes on a vintage collection card with the Kenner markings. Right off the bat, you can see all of the accessories in the bubble, along with some that are hidden behind that sticker. Removing the outside bubble, we have a better look of the action figure and the accessories. We see Djarin, along with the Amban Phase Pulse Blaster, Grogu, the Camtono, two pieces of beskar, and the alternate Djarin head. Despite some early criticism about the quality of this head sculpt, I think they really did a fantastic job. They did a great job in making this head sculpt look like Pedro Pascal. This is a really well done action figure. There is so much attention to detail in the sculpt work and the paint ops, down to even the insignia. You can see it right there appearing on the shoulder piece. That cape is removable. I believe it's the same version, the same sculpt as the standard version of the Vintage Collection Mandalorian, but the difference is in the details. You know, that beskar armor is shiny, but it's also then has the scarring, this battle weariness to it, the flecks of black and copper paint. In the helmet, you see again the flecks of black and copper scarring. So it's a much more battle-worn version of the Mandalorian. Taking a look at the torso, you know, this piece over here, it's kind of soft and, you know, a little bit pliable. That would allow for more posability, more options if you're, you know, standing up this figure and trying to take photos or just pose it around. And if we look on the other side, there is a holster, and it includes that blaster pistol. Let's take out the blaster pistol, and it looks really well done. This is a great rendition of the blaster pistol. If you look on the side there, you can see a little bit of a brown paint on the handle, and it looks great. It looks just like in the TV show. They did a fantastic job here. Continuing on, we're looking at the legs of the action figure. So the thighs have armor paneling on both legs, and it has that same battle-weathered feel to them. I don't know what these things are on the shins, but they're very nicely sculpted and painted in silver and brown. On the other leg, we don't have that kind of feature, but very nicely painted. If we look at the overall posability of this action figure, so we're just messing around with the feet, and they bend, the knees also bend, the legs move, but they can also go inside and out. And so those soft pieces at the hip those work nicely, and you get more range of movement and posability there. The torso also bends, the head moves, right? So no surprise there. And if there's a good range of movement in the arms, the hands twist around, these elbows do bend. They're a little bit of a tight movement at first, but this looks great. A lot of detail, a lot of posability, a lot of articulation. It might not be obvious because when you're looking at the carded action figure, you can't see what's on the back, and on the back is a jetpack. So as we turn around the action figure, there you go. There's the jetpack. The poncho, the cape, works fine. It's off to the side, and then that allows for the jetpack to be there. Very nicely painted. Looks like beskar or silver paint. Notice here there's this angled slot, and that is what allows the jetpack to fit in. The jetpack has a angled post, so it just easily fits right in there, and that allows you again to have both the cape and the jetpack on at the same time. Let's check out the alternate Din Djarin head. So to do that, we take off the helmeted version of Din Djarin, and it's a bit of a squeeze, but there you go, and the cape just fell off. But you can see the neck post, and now let's take Din Djarin's head out of the bubble package, and it's simple to snap in the Din Djarin head. It looks very good. They did a really great job with this head sculpt. The paint ops are well done. It is a good rendition of Pedro Pascal, the actor. If there's a criticism here, it's when you look at the human head on that neck post. So the neck post, you can't see all of it when it's the helmeted version because it's going into that helmet. But here, when you look at it on the side, that neck looks awfully elongated. But if you look at it straight on, or you position it just right, then it doesn't look as strange. Then you don't see the length of that neck post. That brings us to Grogu, otherwise known as Baby Yoda. Hasbro did a really great job with this. It could have been as, just another packed in accessories. It could have been just a molded piece of plastic, but instead we have a full-blown action figure here with an articulated head, where the head turns, the arms move. They did a really nice job. There we go. We see the arms do move, and the head does turn. The head is like this softer piece of plastic, softer kind of plastic, so you can see the bendability in the ears itself. There is a little bit of a paint flaw. You can sort of see it on the edge of the collar, at least on my figure. Check out the bottom here. They even painted in feet for Grogu. You wouldn't otherwise see it unless you opened up the action figure, and there you go. They took the time to mold and paint in the feet for Grogu. That's cool. Now we're checking out the Amban Phase Pulse Blaster. This is the Mandalorian's distinctive weapon. The paint work is very good. You can see the copper in the stock as well as the additional paint ops, just over the rest of the rifle. It looks very nicely done, and if we look on the side, there's a post sticking out of this rifle. And that reminds me, when you look at the action figure, right, we saw the jetpack hole, but then there's also this other hole that goes through the bandolier and into the action figure, and that's where we can stick in the Amban Phase Pulse rifle. It goes right in there, and it looks great. What you can't do, you can't have the rifle and the jetpack on at the same time. As you can see, I tried, and it'll just fall right off. But this is, by itself, without that jetpack, a very nice option for, again, posing that action figure. Next, let's check out the Camtono. So the Camtono appears in The Empire Strikes Back, where Wilro Hood is seen running around with this thing in Bespin, but it also features prominently in seasons 1 and 2 of The Mandalorian. Again, this is the kind of accessory that could have just been a molded piece of plastic, but instead Hasbro factored in some playability. The top is removable, as you can see there, And this top of the bucket itself, or this container itself, is like this rubbery plastic, and so that makes it easy to take that top on and off. And if you look at the bottom, you see that there's like a hinge, and so if we press down there, and now the Camtono opens up, and you can put in the beskar or whatever else right in there. That brings us to the final accessory to talk about, which is the beskar. So we actually get two pieces of beskar. There is one individual beskar piece, and then there is this larger block meant to represent a stack of beskar. If you look in that lower right hand corner, you see the Empire symbol on both the individual piece as well as the larger block, and you can put it into the Camtono. It fits very nicely. So post in the comments, what do you think of the Vintage Collection Djarin Walmart exclusive action figure? I think this is the best Vintage Collection action figure that I've gotten my hands on. The whole package here. It's the figure, it's the paintwork, it's all of the accessories, all of that combined make it the best Vintage Collection figure that I've gotten my hands on. Grogu is fabulous, the playability and the accessories, everything is great. The only beef that I have about it is that it's hard to get your hands on. And I'm not a big fan of exclusives and just how hard they seem to be to get, but I think this is a great action figure. Thanks for watching. Please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. This has been the Fanboy Cantina.